we're here with nazz from Reckless Kelly.
How you doing?
How are you doing tonight?
Great, great. Excited to be here. Big show here in Concan.
So, quick question for you. You guys recently released your new album, Good Luck and True Love. That came out last late August, is that right?
Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit more, just how things have changed for your band and like maybe what the highlights were since then.
Well,
since the release.
actually a lot's changed because with this album we decided to start our own record label called No Big Deal Records. And we actually got a distribution company, so we have distribution.
Okay.
We run the record label, and then we outsource all the people, like whether it be marketing or PR, radio person. Whereas with a record label, you know, they just come with the label. You get whoever's fixed in that business. So now we're controlling all that, making those decisions, and we started managing ourselves. The management company is called No Management, which is K-N-O-W, and so for us it's been a little more busy when we're off the road. You know, we have to put in a little more office time and stuff, and yet still make time to keep things fresh musically and stuff. And we've gotten more involved with the process of like being a label. Like a lot of times, like management will send us emails about how the album's doing and stuff like that, and we just look it over. We don't really read it, understand it, you know, just like, well, as long as somebody is, you know. And now there's like nobody else to like check that stuff out. So as long as we've been doing this, we've learned probably the most, I think, in the last 6 months about actually, you know, records being released and running a label and stuff like that. Yeah. And so it's been cool. And the album artwork got nominated for a Grammy.
Right.
So we went out to the Grammys in LA, and what was that, last month, February 12th. And we like to tell people we didn't win, but we partied like we did. And so it's kind of cool, like these neat things are happening and it's all under our umbrella.
Yeah, that's terrific.
Yeah, so it's cool, like like we've talked to people, a lot of different bands from medium, middle of the road to the top are changing the structure. You know, the old formula doesn't necessarily apply anymore. So bands can go out and they can record their own albums, they can put the albums out themselves, and manage it yourselves. You know, we've always been like hands-on in everything. So for us it just made more sense to go that path. There's a lot of bands out there and artists that don't want to know, they don't care, you know, and that may not be the best approach for them. But for us, it worked out real well for that.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you've been playing music for a long time.
Yeah.
Who are some of your influences?
Well, I mean, for like current times, I love the Foo Fighters, and I probably listened to them more than any other band like of this time. Growing up, when I was 13, I started playing gigs with my dad, who played 50s and 60s music. So when I was in high school, you know, I was listening to like the oldies but goodies kind of thing, and which was a great foundation for this kind of music. I guess some other like artists along the way that helped inspire what I do now is like Steve Earle's been a big influence, Sunvol, Wilco, and then I listen to all kinds of stuff. You know, I have a turntable at the house, so I almost play albums exclusively at my house. And I listen to stuff, I mean, like all over the map, from Sammy Hagar to Lionel Richie to Jim Croce to the Beatles, you know. So I try to like just pull influence from everything I listen to. But now, like I like to say, like the Foo Fighters are like, you know, they're the guys that like you feel like it's in good hands. You know, rock and roll's in good hands with them, you know. So you guys play a lot of road trips. You guys do a lot of festivals. What's your favorite? Well, we love doing the Braun Brothers reunion, and that's
last year was great.
Yeah,
we loved it.
Yeah, it was a good time. That's a great time for us because it's such a communal, family type of festival.
Yeah.
And you know, we do so many festivals where it's got such a corporate hold that as a band we may see that more than the fans do. But so that's a really cool one. I think I'm trying to think of some other festivals we do regularly. There's the Hardly Strictly Bluegrass Festival in San Francisco, and that, have you guys been to that?
No, not yet.
It's awesome and it's worth the trip. It's a free festival. The heir to the Hellman's Mayonnaise, like whatever his, I can't remember his first name right now, but he had passed away this past year. But for years and years, he threw this free festival, and it's hardly strictly, so it's not all blue, it's all kinds of music. And it's in Golden Gate Park in San Fran, and there's no, like, you won't see one banner from any company sponsoring it. He just flips the bill. All the artists that comes in, he, you know, it's like 4-star accommodations all the way. So I'd say that's the one we really look forward to, as well as the Bummer reunion.
Sounds like a good time.
It's awesome.
And when is that?
That is usually the first week in October. Yeah. Robert Earl did it last year. We did it. Todd Snyder, and then all kinds of artists. Like, my highlight that day was the Blind Boys from Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
And that was like, we got there a little late because we were having a hard time getting back to the festival the next day. And we just hung out behind the stage and listened to these guys and watched these guys, and it was like moving, you know what I mean? It's like every once in a while, whether you're in a band or you're not, you go see a band or you see music and you have this moment where it's just like, wow, this, you know.
Takes your breath away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, you almost like just feel yourself lifting up, you know, and we were all, when you experience that with friends, it's even that much better. And we were all just like, it set the tone for the rest of the day. And so,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
it was really cool.
A good bonding moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so many times like that where I go see a band or an artist that I've never heard of or somebody's told me about and I don't know what to expect, and I'm just like how did I get this far in life without this? You know what I mean? So
yeah, I get it. That's awesome.
So tell us, when you're not touring, you're not playing music, what else do you do?
Well, a lot of my time when I'm off the road is just like staying at home, and I go out a lot and I try to see bands when I can. But I have a house I bought a few years ago, and I spend time working on that. I love to cook. That's like just a hobby that I do when I'm off the road. You know?
What's your specialty?
Well, I've got I'm famous for the stuffed shells. I've been published for those. But you know, basically any recipe that like I've learned that my mom or my grandmother did growing up, that like, you know, I learn it and then it's in my cookbook till I pass it on, you know. So
yeah.
I just love anything that reminds me of like when I was growing up, kind of stuff. But I try to do a lot of fish dishes, and I'm 100% Italian, so I do a lot of Italian cooking and stuff.
Easy mac?
Easy mac.
That's what I make.
We live on that.
If I had
on the road.
On the road, I do. It's kind of funny because like when I go shopping for food for a tour, it's like it's a science. I got my little system. I go buy chicken breasts, I grill those, I have like a food saver, so I vacuum pack those and then freeze them and then take them on the bus, so all I gotta do is microwave the chicken breasts. Cliff bars, yeah, just like anything to make it easier to not go and eat something that's cooked somewhere else, you know? Because otherwise, I love food so much, it would just be disaster, you know? You guys caught me right after I was running today. It's just like, I sat on the bus and ate all day, and they served chicken fried steak for dinner. I was like, I'm not even hungry, and I'm eating a chicken fried steak.
So you guys are going to be playing in our town in Denver in July. Obviously, you're at the top of our list anytime you guys come to town. Obviously, we'll go miles and miles to see you, but you guys will be there at the Grizzly Rose, which is by far our favorite bar. So we'll be glad to see you there, and maybe you can make us some stuffed shells when you're in town.
Yeah.
J Nazz, everybody. J Nazz.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.